What are you guys talking about up here?
Where I'm talking about this podcast. I know the hosts. Welcome to You Do, a podcast where we explore everything queer, Asian, and identity and get into everything that you do.
I'm your host, Vince Buendicho.
And I'm Mathew Vo. Oh my god.
Cat's out the bag.
The finale of season 1. I'm sad.
Yeah, I can't believe it's been 6 months of this. 6 months of torture.
7 months, man.
Okay.
It's
my
been
God.
so fun. It's been so fun.
Yeah, it really has. Just like a timestamp of our lives. I can just kind of go back to and be like, oh, I did that.
So much has changed though. Like,
yeah, like my hair has changed.
yeah.
I love how we're not talking about that right now.
I know.
I see how it is. It's all good.
We've both gone through like a few different styles. We've gone through some milestone birthdays.
Yeah.
We've had some visitors. Just a lot of my mother.
Hi, Mama Vo.
Hi, Mommy. Yeah, I think there's so much that we've learned, and I mean, if you've listened to our last episode, we are just taking a little bit of a break to be better at podcasting and learn some skills and sort of find a way to produce this.
Exactly.
This
I think we both kind of just halfway through, we're like, oh my God, there's so much work to do. There's so many nuances to doing a podcast, and it's just like, let's just keep going, and then like put not a full stop, but just like a moment of respite to kind of just like learn again, and then when we come back, we're better than ever.
Yeah, for sure.
So exciting.
But you know, if you're bored, please re-listen to our previous 13 episodes. We're so lucky that we have all of the listeners from all around the world. So for our finale, one last time, Vince, how do you do?
How do I do? It's been somewhat of an emotional like few weeks, I guess. Both good and bad. So I recently started dating again.
Ooh.
I know, crazy. It's pretty new, and it's just like I didn't realize how much healing I had to do. Having someone who's a bit more like, you know, or understandably, like the person I was with before, there were a lot of things that like we both realized we both needed to work on, and then like, oh no, we're not labeling anything at the moment, but currently it's just enjoying that summer romance that, you know, it's getting really hot outside and inside.
Everyone is hot and horny.
So it's just kind of enjoying that. Also just like, again, just I don't know why I'm constantly getting injured, but I just seem to be just getting wrecked every week. So that's not what I mean.
Yes, it is.
Oh gosh,
we need to be a little bit softer with
this
each
is
other.
Excuse me, this is a clean podcast. We're not talking about that right now. Maybe in the few months.
By the fall. By autumn.
By fall, but when everyone's really sad and like cold, we'll just have a really sultry episode. Yes. But no, and it's also, again, that it's summer and it's like really warm. I think a lot of like body issues have kind of crept in for me. Just like a lot of people just like, showing skin, and like, you know, sometimes I just don't want to go to the gym just because like, it's like, oh man, it must be so hard. Like just having the fattest ass in the gym.
Shut up. You know, I have no bum.
That was my how do you do for this week? I'm doing great. Just being a bit chaotic there's a lot happening, and it's just like I think heat has sped up my life, and I'm really enjoying it. Like it's so good. I
love that.
Yeah. How about you, Matt? How do you do?
Also very hot summer. I think I just got back from New York last week with my friend.
Oh my God. Yeah. It looks amazing.
We spent a week there for New York City Pride and then 4th of July. Funnily enough, like living in LA, I hadn't been to the LA Pride parades before, but
Oh,
when when I went to New York, I saw
it's
a
very
bit of that
homophobic of you.
parade. Well, I just never had the chance. But when I went to New York, I got to see the parade, and I actually
Mm,
felt quite emotional seeing so many people living their authentic lives and cheering and just being so supportive.
yeah.
I really, it was my first time in New York for
Hmm.
the summer. Like I had always visited in the winter or the fall in the
Yeah.
past, and New York in the summer is so like everyone is so
Mm.
hot and everyone is dressed
Yeah.
so well.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was hot and humid, but like in a good way. Like it wasn't that
Wasn't
uncomfortable.
unbearable. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No, no, not at all. I really love New York. I think there's just so much inspiration. Anytime I go on
Yeah.
holiday, I try to like mix in a bit of work. So I met some designers and just felt really inspired by the
Hmm.
people there. And yeah, just such a great time. I'm back in LA now, and it's it's really nice. Like every time I come back to LA, I just like sigh of relief. I feel really at home here. But I've been working on myself as well, like you. I want to go back and ask you though, because like I was watching something recently where they were saying that your most truest self when you're with a partner or when
Hmm.
you're in a relationship, because that's when you're kind of challenged more, or you're in a situation where like you've been comfortable by yourself
Yeah.
for a while.
Hmm.
We've kind of just had ourselves and our own company. But then when you're
Yeah.
with someone, with a romantic partner, that's when you feel more challenged by your perspectives and your state of being. Do you ever feel that way in a relationship?
100%. I think if anything, my past relationship had there were a lot of things that resurfaced that I thought I'd already kind of resolved about myself. It definitely challenged me in a lot of ways to be like, oh, like again, like oh my god, like there's still a lot of like unlearning and also learning that I had to do. Um, it's also like kind of I now have to think about someone else's perspective on certain
Mm,
things that for a while I was kind of like just doing my own thing and making decisions for myself. But then when that gets challenged, it puts you in a position where you're just like who are you to kind of challenge me? It's
yeah.
like, um,
Yeah.
who are you to like tell me what to do? Who are you to ask me all these questions? And it's not the first time, but it's like that kind of voice in your head where the ego kind of takes in, where you're like, not ready to
Mm,
fight, but just ready to defend as to why you're doing certain things. Um,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's kind of like the key part to any good relationship is like obviously communication. And it's talking through. That's the one thing I really learned is that talking through a lot of things sometimes doesn't resolve the underlying issues. It sometimes actually just opens up a can of worms that needs to be addressed, and then that's when you realize you're like, oh, maybe we're not compatible, or maybe we need to address this. But like, it's a very difficult thing to kind of accept when things aren't working,
Yeah.
because I think as gay kids aspiring to be in a relationship, you see all these rom-coms and you see all these like Disneyfied version of what an actual relationship is, and then when you get into it or any relationship or connection with someone, it's never going to be like the movies, right?
It's almost the same as like I think friendships. I think
Yeah.
we friendships don't feel close enough until we go through something together
Yes.
sometimes. Same as maybe a partner where gone through like difficult life decisions together or different stages of life, but
Mhm.
then same as friendships, we I think I grew closer to you
When
um
we had our fights.
when I had our fights, when you stormed out, when
All the time.
we've trauma bonded in
Yeah,
university, all
yeah.
that stuff like we've been through. I think this past couple of weeks, I'm really trying to learn to like know my value and know my
Mhm.
worth in a romantic situation, because
Yeah,
sometimes partners or people just make me feel small, and I don't think that's the
yeah.
right feeling. Yeah, I'm just I'm really trying to work through that. Talking about friendships, I feel like I've known this person for such a long time, even though we really have only met 2 years ago on
2 years?
I think
Really?
so.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think 2023
Oh
or
gosh.
late 2022.
Yeah.
Our guest today is Jackie Tien. She is a actress, she's a vocalist, she's a
She's a
dancer.
philanthropist.
She's
She's a
she's
scientist.
she's a soccer wifey. She's a dog mom. So everyone, please welcome Jackie Tien to our finale of You Do.
Hi.
Hello.
I was just laughing so hard just now. I'm like, yes, I am a philanthropist. I am a scientist.
Yes.
She's
You're a
everything.
multi-talented.
Multifaceted.
Yeah. Hi, Jackie.
Hi. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for
Yeah.
being our finale guest. I think you're just the perfect way to summarize the You Do pod because you are Asian, you
You're
have identity, and you play a lot of queer roles.
yeah. You're who we're trying to be.
This is my favorite podcast.
Stop.
Yes. With every episode,
Yes.
as you know, we start with how do you do? So, Jackie, how do you do this week?
I'm doing good. Vince, I don't know if you know, but I am currently unemployed. I got laid off like I guess like a month ago,
Mm.
but it's
Uh-huh.
been cool. It's been chill. I've been having fun.
You've been
You're
busy.
unemployed. Yeah.
I know. I've been like busier than when I was freaking employed. I am like taking dance classes
Oh, amazing.
and it's been really fun. My parents are actually visiting right now, so that's like this week what I'm currently doing is like taking care of my parents. So it's just been like an interesting time in my life cuz like I've never been truly unemployed in
Right.
like for a really really really
Mhm.
long time. I've always
Yeah.
kind of had a corporate-ish job. So
Uh-huh.
this is the first time that I've ever had like this much free time. Yeah.
Yeah. So for our listeners who just started tuning in, Jackie is is a social media manager. So you're navigating, I guess, this unemployment time, and you're auditioning, you're dancing, you're doing all the things. So you're keeping productive.
Yeah,
Mm.
I am. It's funny because like I hadn't had an audition for a little bit and then I got laid off and then I got like two really cool auditions and then like some commercial auditions that I also haven't had in a while. So I was like, this is all happening for a
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
It's one of those adage when someone says, a door closes, a freaking window opens, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like now
Truly.
there's more room for you to like do the things that you're passionate about, which is that, the universe telling you like kicking you out the door and be like, do this now for a while until.
Yeah, I hope that is what it is. And
Yeah.
I applied for unemployment, so it's not like I'm like gonna be like that. It's all good and I'm excited about where I'm at.
Yeah. I want to take it back to like your early days back in Texas. How did you come about to get to acting?
Yeah, so I wanted to be an actor when I was an itty bitty middle schooler in Houston. I remember like listening to the radio and there was like some like ad on the radio like you could like you want to be an actor like sign up for this class. And so I signed up for this class and I went there for a bit and like it was honestly like a money grab
Mm.
and my parents paid it because they were really sweet and like supportive. But like my parents don't really speak English. So like if you want to be a kid actor, your parents are like in it. Your parents are like your
Yeah, they're
managers.
very
They have
involved.
to know
Yeah.
they have to know everything. Yeah. And
Mhm.
my parents weren't. So it's not that they weren't, they just couldn't. I kinda just, like, stopped in, like, 8th grade because I was about to go to high school and, like, when you're, like, at that age, you're also, like, so, like, you're like so weird and you're just so like you're so like insecure and you're just like
Yeah.
you know, and like back
Don't look at
then
me.
yeah, and like back then there weren't that many like Asian
Yeah.
actors. Like someone
Right.
told me they're like, "Oh, you remind me of Brenda Song," and I was like, "What do you mean? We're not even alike." So I was like all up in my head about it. So I like stopped acting. I went to high school, went to college, got a corporate job at a consulting firm. I was like serious about like being like a corporate woman.
Corporate girly. Yeah.
Corporate bad girl,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you had a bit of interest in it in middle school.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you didn't do theater
Yeah.
or anything.
I didn't do theater because I didn't like the theater teacher.
Shade.
Yeah.
But I was interested in like film and TV. So like it was like Sunday classes for like acting, and it was weird. I mean, like I think some people did succeed. I knew someone that went on to be on a Disney show. But it's very rare that happened.
Yeah.
You know? So I just stopped it all, and then in like 2018 I watched Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh.
Nice.
You know, like I've never seen
Yeah.
like I've never seen an American movie
Yeah.
where everyone
Air
is
quotes,
Asian speaking English, because I grew up watching like Asian dramas, but like I was like, whoa, they're speaking English, like this is crazy. And it kind of just like made me feel like, wait, like I never like lost my like desire to like, you know, entertain. I love entertaining people on the daily, but like, you know, I was like, should I try?
Yeah.
So I just like looked up like acting classes for adults, because now I'm an adult in Dallas, and then that's kind of where it all began.
Oh my gosh! So
Yeah,
Crazy
that's
Rich
awesome.
Asians.
Yeah.
That's
It's
I
your,
never knew that.
Yeah, it was. I remember like going home like that night after watching it in theaters with my cousins, and you know we were all like, "Oh my god, it's such a good movie!" But internally, I was like, I need to be doing this. Like, what do I do?
Wow.
That's so awesome.
It was really like I feel like that's why like that movie was so impactful for a lot of people. I don't think it can't just be me. I'm sure a lot of Asian actors were like
100%. There was a point where they're like outlining every major stars from each like individual countries. Like I remember one of our really famous actresses, like Chris Aquino, she had like a moment where it was like a 3-second feature and everyone like going crazy because it's such a big deal to be like represented. Especially like not a local woman, but like a household name where, where you're just like we're just like, oh my gosh, she's like there, and it's like it makes you feel a certain type of way, and now you have this like visceral connection with this film, and it's just like really awesome. I just want to kind of take it back because you did mention that like your parents were so supportive of you pursuing, I guess, like acting or being part of the creative field. Did you kind of grow up like being surrounded by the arts? Like, were your parents very involved in like I don't know, showcasing culture in a way where it's like, let's do some painting, or like let's do, like you mentioned, like Asian dramas and stuff?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I grew up watching Asian dramas, but that's just because like my mom likes watching them, and then like I really didn't watch American like entertainment or like Western entertainment till like I was a lot older. It's weird, but that's how it was. Like my parents aren't really like, they're not like performers or anything, but my dad is a jeweler, so I do consider him like an artist in a way. He does like engraving, hand engraving, all that stuff. So he kind of took that route, and like my mom's like a hairstylist, so it's not like they're like corporate people at all. And like I think from a younger age they kind of knew that I wasn't meant to study. You know,
Mom's like, you dumb.
like I never got good grades. I was so mediocre. My dad's always like, yeah, like, you know, when you were in first grade, you could add like really big numbers. Like you were adding like the 300s and stuff. But then at some point you started not being good at math anymore, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. So my parents never really had like hopes for me to be like, you know, anything like serious. Like I'm not gonna be like, a lawyer or a doctor.
Acting is serious.
Yes, or you know, like yes, acting is serious.
Not
like
the traditional route.
like
studious
profession.
work. So my dad, like, they were very supportive because, like, my dad says now that he's like, he kind of knew that that acting place was like a scam, but he still did like pay for it because like
Yeah,
I wanted to do it. And
that's
then
awesome. Yeah,
it was really nice. Like, they took me to like a competition in LA. Money
for
grab.
acting.
I'm telling you, it's a money grab because it's like you
Oh
had to
my
pay to
gosh.
go do this
Yeah.
thing. But I remember I won like this little like award, and then like I will
What?
never forget this moment because my mom was jumping up and down like so much, and I had never seen her like that excited before. And then like that night, she was like telling my uncle, she's like, maybe she's meant to do this. Like maybe she is meant to be an actor.
Oh
But
my
then
god.
but then I quit like a little bit after
Oh.
that.
This is in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Like it's giving Little Miss Sunshine. Like when
Yeah.
you're driving to LA to make it to this pageant. Oh
Yeah,
my
except we were on a
god.
plane, but yeah, you know.
Similar,
Yeah.
same experience. It's fine.
So I feel
That's
like
so
I've been pretty
cool.
lucky with like my parents being like
Yeah,
cool about it.
I think like our identity and our upbringing, it's hard to just like be creative out of thin air or like in a city where you're not constantly
surrounded by
surrounded by the arts,
Sure.
like
Yeah,
LA or New York or whatever,
yeah.
or you know wherever it is. So
Um,
sometimes I think that's why filmmaking is so important. You know,
Mhm.
some like Crazy Rich Asians. When I think when that came out, I didn't feel like a community back home of like Asian
How dare you?
Australians. I know I didn't. I never was like proud of like
Yeah,
being Vietnamese Australian
yeah.
yeah.
until I guess like that movie and then moving to the States. Like
Mhm.
everything sort of heightened when I
Yeah.
came here,
And
and then now I'm like fully embracing all parts of my
Mm.
identity. Yeah, I think when we met Jackie on so like me and Jackie worked on a AFI short called My Neighbor Anna, and Jackie was a seamstress. Yep, I know. And I know you were a seamstress in a slave factory for a white lady.
Wait, really? Is
no,
that
but
really
it
the
definitely
narrative?
gives
No.
that vibe. It
Oh, okay.
gives that vibe.
I was like, it's a little on the nose.
And I was the costume designer for that short. But I
Oh,
just remember like meeting Jackie, and she's just so funny, and I just felt so connected to you. Low-key, one of the costumes had a tag on it because I had to return some things. And she's like, "Can you please cut this off? It's making me itchy." And I'm like, "Fine, I guess."
Bitch, I can't
This
return it.
diva, this diva.
I have sensitive skin.
No, you do, you really do.
Now that me and Matt have been friends for a long time, now he understands. He's like, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
The
you can.
tags. I can't wear tags.
I think as a costume designer as well, I think I didn't do my due diligence of like checking people's allergies and like
wait, is that a thing?
yeah, you
Oh, wow. I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
when you ask for their sizes, you would
Yeah,
also ask if they have
they have
any like
sensitivity towards fabrics.
sensitivities to
Yeah,
fabrics. Some people don't like
sensitivities.
Yes.
sensitivities to fabrics.
Yeah, yeah, like these titties can't touch
Sensitivities.
wool. Okay, these titties can't touch wool.
See?
No. title title of episode: sensitivities.
That is so perfect because we are also
Oh my God.
sensitive people.
We are.
Yes. My working
Oh my
title
God,
was water people,
sensitivities.
but
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be
Oh my God.
sensitivities.
Sensitivities.
But yeah, I think when we first met, I was just like, wow, I feel like I've known you for such a long time, and we're both only children as well.
Yes.
I remember that conversation, Matt. Actually, you
Yeah.
mentioned that you met a friend, Jackie, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, she's so cool!" Like, and I was like, what's her name?
Who is she?
Like, who is she? Am I being replaced?
Where is she from?
No, and I just thought I was like, because I think I was still in Australia. Yeah, I was definitely still in Australia, and I think you were kind of. Was this coming out of COVID? I think it was.
Pretty much. I was still
Yeah.
wearing masks on set. Like that
Yeah,
was.
yeah, I remember
Oh,
that because he took a photo and
yeah.
stuff, and I was like, "Oh my god, you guys are still wearing masks? Lame." And it's just like it was so kind of nice to be like, "Oh, okay, he found his sense of community," because you mentioned that she's like an only girl,
Hey,
Only
he's
girl in the
the only
world.
girl in his world. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an only child, and like she's Vietnamese, and I feel like we connected really well, and I was just like, thank goodness.
Yeah, because it's
'Cause it's
like
just like
we're from not small towns,
Yeah.
but
there's
we're
limited
like
of us.
we're from the rurals of Brisbane and
Beanley, of
yeah,
Logan.
of Logan,
Queensland.
Queensland. So just like being in the entertainment mix and having a network of Vietnamese entertainment crew is so important.
Yeah, representation is truly matters.
Yes, it does. I mean, I know like Jackie, you talk to me all the time about auditioning and its process. Like one thing I hear about is auditions. People say like don't take it personally, but sometimes like it is personal
Yeah.
to you because I feel like every role has like an essence of you in it, like no matter what it is. So then essentially they are rejecting an essence of yourself, right? How do you feel like with building resilience to auditions, your auditioning process goes these days and what it takes to just keep going?
Yeah, I think someone had given me the advice before of like once you film an audition, just like let it go and pretend you did, like just forget it. Just like basically forget you did it and move on with your life. And I think that is like the best advice I've ever gotten because I think I used to in the beginning, you do auditions and you just get like super excited and you start like imagining yourself in the role. You start imagining like how your life would change, all this stuff. And then when it doesn't, happen or you don't get the role, then you're just like super, super let down. And then that's when you kind of get into the cycle of like, what am I doing this for? Am I even good enough? Like, can I keep pushing forward? But if you don't think about it and you're just like, I hate to be like grateful for the audition, but if you're just like happy to have gotten to act even for like the 30 minutes, hour that you filmed your audition and you forget that you did it, then you kind of you can just move on and thank you next,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of that's the way I think it's got to be because like there is a part of me in like every role, even if it's like not me at all, like there's still parts of me in it and I feel like that's probably like some of the best acting that I do is when I do bring myself to the character.
Yeah.
But I never think about it as like they're rejecting me anymore. I definitely used to. But, just talking to casting friends and people like they're always like explaining to me like it's really not you. Like there's so many other
Factors.
parts. Yeah, so many factors. Like they could be pairing siblings, they could be pairing like parents,
Right.
they could be pairing friends, there's just so many things that is so out of your control and like there's other people that's not just the casting director, not just the producer, not just the director. There's so many people who have like a say in it that I'm just like, you know what, it's fine. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen for that role.
Yeah, I think that's definitely one of the gambles / risks that we do as creatives is that a creative process is never going to be kind of like a linear path. It's always going to be road blockage or like iterations of that. And people have different visions for different things. And it's so true when you say like, once you film an audition, it's like just kind of, yep, that's done. Like not attach yourself too much to it. And I think that kind of emboldens you more as an artist to be like, I can keep creating now that that part is done. Because we have a saying in architecture or design where it's like kind of kill your darlings. Well, kill your babies was like the darker version, which is essentially like once you have an idea, let it go. Once you've executed an idea, let it go and keep going until you kind of like keep refining that idea or yourself. And then that in turn kind of just, when you get rejected or when you don't get a role, you're like, yep, that's fine, that's cool. Like at least I've built up enough resilience and like trust in myself that I've done the work as an artist or as a creative where I can be like, cool, like move on to the next project. Kind of thing.
You can always like revisit that idea too. Like it's
never like thrown out in the trash.
Yeah. Nothing is ever for nothing. Everything's for
Exactly.
learning.
It is. One of our next questions is from our friend Andy Kim, who is one of who's our acting friend. He wants to know what has been the most interesting or significant thing you've learned about yourself from acting class.
Oh,
I've had the chance
wow.
to audit. I've had the chance to audit your class, and the way that Tony teaches is more about like knowing yourself.
Yes. Yeah. Learned about myself is probably I feel like I say I'm an emotional person in real life, and I am. I'm a Cancer.
Yes, you are.
I'm a Cancer. And I used to think that it would come out of me pretty easily in scenes, but I think as I've gotten older and like life gets harder, or not,
Mhm.
life just gets more complicated, not harder, but like more complicated.
Yeah.
I try to like in real life, I try to like calm myself down a lot more so that I'm not like explosive in real life, so that I'm not um like having meltdowns and breakdowns like every second of every day. And I feel like I used to be like that. Like, Matt, you didn't know me when I was like crazy. I mean, like I'm crazy now, but there was a time where I was like crazy emotional, like angry, like all this stuff, and that was also just because like I was like unhappy with like things in life or whatever.
Mhm.
But I like in real life now, I really do try to like dampen myself so that I'm not so like wild. But I realized like since I do that in real life, it did affect my acting because like sometimes now I do find it a little harder to access my emotions because in real life I am trying to like breathe through whatever situation, trying to calm myself down. Like I don't go to therapy, I really should. But like I'm assuming like things like your therapist would like remind you to do, like like take a step back, like look at
Yeah.
the situation, try to calm down before you react and say something like you will regret or something like that. But then in acting, sometimes you do have to like let things rip, or you kind of have to like wear your heart on your sleeve. So I realized that recently, and I was like, oh, I really gotta just like be that person
Yeah.
again in acting. Maybe not in
Yeah.
real life, but like I have to find that part of me
Like
again, which I think
separate
I
yourself.
lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
When I started therapy and not really knowing where it could take me, I think my therapist helped me kind of tap into feelings that I had no like clue about. I'm sure like acting as well. I think when you read scripts or read roles, there are feelings or emotions that maybe you haven't felt in real life before.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
maybe in that scene, you channel that part or kind of really focus on that part of your emotions. Do you feel that way?
Kind of. I mean, I'm always trying to like I feel like there has been scenes where like if I have like no emotional drive, like the scene is like not there at all for me. Like I don't know why, like because I'm so emotions driven in life
Mhm,
that in
mhm.
acting it is that way too. So if I don't have like an emotion going into the scene is pretty flat for me.
Right.
So I am
Yeah.
always like, yeah, I need to find the emotions in this
Yeah.
scene. Yeah.
How do you do that? Like, where do you pull from when you say there's a scene where like you have no lived experience?
Mhm.
Like, where do you kind of pull that emotion out of? Is it like kind of fake it till you make it situation, or you're like, let's try to find something that is similar to that experience and trying to bring that forward?
Yeah. I think, like, a good example would probably be, like, me having a child like, losing a child or, like,
Right. Yeah.
something like that. I haven't had that experience. And I think it depends on your teacher, your, like, acting
Mhm.
technique and things like that. Because like, some people do it's, like, fake it till you make it, or it's, like, some people, like, imagine it's, like, their parents instead or, like,
Oh, okay.
something
Yeah.
like that. But I think for me, personally, I think really, like, imagining that I had this kid is like what I found is like the most like best way for me to access those emotions. It's like
Yeah.
I really am living this character's life and this character is me and like I really
Yeah.
did have this kid and whatever happened, that's for me personally. So like I think every
Yeah.
actor probably has a different answer.
So you just
Mm.
really like kind of dive into that character and just embody it.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a lack of roles that you see yourself in these days? Or do you think you have to create them? Because I know with acting, there is, the business side of it, but also the artist side. Sometimes those two don't necessarily, one actress or one actor could be better at one or the other. Do you think you have to have a balance of both, or do you think you need to be more business?
I think you definitely have to have a good balance of both, unfortunately. I think a lot of my actor friends, like, of course, we want to make art and we want to, like, be in really cool projects that are not making profits and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think you have to be open to just doing both, being good at the business side of it and like fulfilling yourself artistically. And that, whether that being like writing your own stuff or like acting in class, like class is a great like time and place to do whatever you really want to do and like be like free and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it is important to like know the business of it, because at the end of the day, this is still like a job,
Yeah.
even though we're not really making a lot of money, or like, a lot of us aren't really making that much money from it. So it's just like important to sadly be good at both.
Because like sometimes the business side is political and
Yes. Yeah.
privilege driven, and
For sure.
there's so many layers to that side of things. So
Yeah.
sometimes we just have to make our own shit.
I think I probably have lost myself a little bit in like, because you asked me like what roles, like I kind of haven't thought a lot about like what roles I want to do versus like I see a role and I'm like, I think I would fit into that mold versus things created for me. It's like flipped for me right now. I think just because like of the lack of roles. So I'm like, oh, I can't be pick and choose. Yeah, I kind of have to fit myself into these molds, which sucks, but that's kind of the state of it right now.
If you were making things, like, or if you want to be involved in things, what do you kind of want to see more of in stories and like featuring like Asian voices or?
Well, like I would really like to just watch more like stories where the people just happen to be Asian. And it's like not all stories centered all around them being Asian. It's like
Gotcha.
there's this story about, I don't know, like a mom and her kid, and like the mom is like a single mom and she's like going on dates and like whatever, and the kid's like, oh, like whatever, you're my future dad, whatever. But like they just happen to be Asian.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there is a lot of like projects where it's like about you being Asian and like you are good at like martial arts or something. And like I love that. You know what? I love the Karate Kid. Jackie Tien, I love that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be great to have more of those projects where it's just like, oh, anyone could have
a
played
romance or a comedy that anyone could play it. Yeah.
Anyone could have played it. Like a lot of sci-fi stuff. I think I love sci-fi, so I'm like, come on, let's get more Asian people in the sci-fi films and shows. Like we can do science stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a scientist, remember?
Yes, you are. You are. Talking about roles and it just being, not tying identity and your upbringing to a role. What sort of legacy do you want to leave as a Vietnamese American actress?
Oh my God.
I know it's a lot. I know we're starting out. I know we're starting out.
I know, yeah. I think I would really like to leave behind just like making people, like having made people feel good or like making people feel some type of way. I love watching film, TV, because there were times in my life where like maybe I was like really, really sad, or I was like really like whatever, and like maybe this is not good because like I just want to like disconnect from the world, and like the only time I could disconnect from anything was like watching films and TV because I don't read. So I'm like, I want to provide that to other people in the way that like other actors and TV shows have provided that for me, like the escape. I remember in college, like I'm a really big scaredy cat, so like I accidentally read the synopsis of this one horror movie. I will not name it because I don't speak of it anymore.
Okay.
But I like couldn't sleep in my dorm for like a long time.
In your dorm? This is in college.
Yeah, I had to like live like sleep in my friend's room because I was so scared.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
And the
God.
only thing that got me back to sleeping in my own room by myself is like playing Friends. And like
Aw,
it like
cute.
made me like
Yeah.
not think about like that scary story. I know I just literally read the synopsis, but like my imagination ran wild.
Oh my
So
God.
like things like that, like I'm like, it really helps people.
Art save people.
Yeah, so I want to save people from their nightmares.
I think that's the power of filmmaking
Yeah.
and storytelling. I want to ask, like, what is one thing that you're currently working on in your personal life to make you a stronger and more authentic artist?
I think knowing yourself is like is very, very important because like the better you know yourself, the better you will know how to like access those emotions, kind of like what we were talking about. If you really know like what not triggers you, but like whatever makes you feel a certain type of way, you need to like pull that out in a scene.
Yeah.
You really know you really need to know who you are to be able to do that. So knowing yourself is like the best way into like knowing your character. And also taking dance classes because I like taking like sexy dance classes, and then I feel like I can be like sexy in scenes without feeling awkward now. So
Oh, that's
Oh
so
my
true.
gosh.
There's so many times that like in dance groups that the choreographer's like, touch yourself. It's your body. Oh my God, it's yours. Like touch your titties.
Yeah.
Like it's mine. Like literally.
Touch your sensi-titties.
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 But it's so true. I think acting, dancing, and I like drama and like theater and really just hones in on yourself. There's so much of like work that you have to do internally and externally to access all of that. And the only way to do that is literally by being creative. Like
just
the
doing
overlap.
Just
The
doing it,
overlap
yeah.
of all these creative things. Wow.
Literally.
Wait, so I also wanted to ask you some questions because this is the season finale of the pod. I had some questions.
Oh, season 1.
Yeah, season 1. Season finale. Yeah.
Yes.
What is the biggest lesson you have learned by doing this podcast? Because I remember when Matt told me that you guys were going to do a podcast, I was like, that's so cool. It's like so cool. And like you guys are really putting yourself out there, and like producing a podcast is like not easy. So what have you learned?
I mean, this whole idea came about when Vince was like visiting LA, and we would go to street food vendors and just eat in our car. And just like we went to Brother Cousins in West LA. Shout out to Brother Cousins. And we just sat by the car and just like talked about our lives and ate food. And I was like, wait, this is such a great idea for a pod. Like sort of like Chicken Shop Date, but like, you know, highlighting different food vendors in LA because street food here is just incredible. But then, you know, being remote, we just never had the opportunity to do that. But selfishly, I think starting the pod is more for like being a better conversationalist, being a better listener. Like that's kind of the whole reason why we started doing this podcast. And we wanted to be curious about people, and the guests that we have been incredible. Like we've had, you know, a musical director, we've had actors and actresses, we've had climate journalists, we've had a teacher, tour guide. Like there's just been so many people that we've learned from. For me as well, like there's been some breakthrough episodes. Like it's funny because like we started this podcast, but also I started therapy at the same time. And like the overlap of different things has been like interesting. Like I remember in our Valentine's Day episode in like episode 3, I just learned that I find it really hard to accept love from other people and accept help. I know. So it's just like those things I feel like I wouldn't have learned unless we've like sat down in this sort of setting to have that conversation, you know, and learning from Delane and Will and you, like all of our Pride guests, I think have made me realize that living authentically is really, really important to be able to open up your heart and open up your doors to new friends, new partners. And we have to end up choosing ourselves. Like no matter our circumstance, no matter where we've come from, we really just have to dig ourselves out of whatever hole that we've been in, you know, and choose ourselves and choose what's best for our future. So yeah, that's kind of a few things that I've really learned about this podcast. What about you, Vince?
That was really beautiful, Matt.
Yeah. I was like, am I tearing up?
That was very just a well-rounded response. Not even a response, but I feel like it was such a it's just how you're feeling, just like you said, authentically. And I think it's just like I know that this entire idea kind of just like you were spearheading a lot of it, and I think like you said, selfishly, like you just wanted to do all these things, but I think it's also a way for you to have you kind of just needed it as well. I felt like it was something that again with the whole like seeking connection and seeking community and stuff, I think it's a way for you to kind of like break that ice to be like, hey, I have a podcast or I have this platform where I kind of want to get to know you. And like understand what you do, because I think like it's easy to do that with like your close friends, but now the challenge is like with other people, to finally to break that barrier with someone you don't know, but you actually want to just sit down with them, like I like those pants, or I think they're cool, but how do I approach this person?
Even with friends too, I think this podcast has helped me, like, you know, because when we hang out, we go eat or we watch a movie or something together, but we don't sit down and be vulnerable and talk about how our identity, how we're feeling has led us to where we are now, and that's kind of the whole reason why we both really wanted to do this.
Yeah, and I think for me that is actually one of the biggest lessons that I've learned with this podcast, is to every second week that we film, when you ask how do you do, I mean the first time that we did it, I think not that I wasn't taking it seriously. I think there was like a talking about the weather, and I was like, I don't know what else to talk about. I think we had a chat where you kind of challenged me, and it I wouldn't say it pissed me off, but I was just like, you kept telling me like you need to be more vulnerable, blah blah, and all this stuff, and I was like, like why? And then I sat down with that for a while, and I was like, no, he is right. I think I seldom ask myself how I'm actually properly feeling and never really express it, because I'm like the type of person to just be like everything is fine, everything's gonna work out, when in reality I think the last few episodes, or during like the Pride episodes, hearing everyone's stories, their struggles, and it's kind of just like, wow, I did struggle in some parts of my coming out, but I never really acknowledged it, and I kind of just like put it down and be like, yeah, let's not rehash that. And I think I have been doing a lot of that throughout my entire life, and then it's only kind of not recently that I've just sat down, and sometimes I'm like, I'm not okay, I'm not going to sit with this for a while, and just let it be. So I think that's the one thing that I am taking away from this experience, is that talking heals. Hearing other people's stories, like
I like that.
and just like hearing other people's, not struggles, but like how they dealt with certain things, really does give you the tools if it does happen to you, or you're like, you can provide that sort of outlet for someone to just be a shoulder, and that is like such a lifesaver. Talking,
for sure. Because like in the past couple of episodes, you mentioned like one thing that people kind of misunderstand about you is like that you're always cheery,
put together.
And sometimes you're not. And so I've always been in our friend group, I've always been like, please be vulnerable with me, like this is how we trust each other. This is really it is a safe space. And I think being able to interview guests, because it felt quite, you know, it was kind of easy when it was just us two, right? But then when we have guests, we really have to do our research, and we really have to find a balance of listening to all the guests and being able to like connect the dots sometimes, and asking thoughtful questions. So that's real life. That's a conversation. That's, you know, what we have to do outside of the pod.
It's at like the present that's happening is like, again, art is forever moving, so we're creating art right now, but the conversation that we have when we're just together always falls back on like, oh, remember when we did this, remember when we did that, but now we're creating new moments and new memories. And I think, again, that's another thing that I'm like looking forward to whenever we do podcasts, is because every time we're doing something creative, we're doing in the pod. We're like thinking of ways to like interact with our audience, or thinking of ways to interact with our guests. It's just like it's a process of creating, and it's just like has been so enjoyable.
Yeah. Jackie, how do you feel about like
as a
I was
guest
like,
and
this is
listener?
so cute.
I mean, in acting, right? Like,
Yeah.
do you kind of channel other people around you, or when you read a role, you're like, oh, that reminds me of this person or that person, and I can really hone in on their mannerisms and whatnot, and channel it into your acting. Is that something that you do, or?
I don't think I do that much, because it's like a half. It's like half myself, half like a character that I'm like imagining in my head. I feel like I am still trying to be myself like the most, but like, you know, like if I'm like a villain or something, it's like the villain side of me, but it's still like me. So I'm not really trying to be someone, but I think mirroring matters, because you can like, I think in conversation, people sometimes like mirror each other, like the vibes or like the excitement, the energy. So like maybe like sometimes I mirror. Maybe that.
Do you mirror with me?
Do I mirror? No, I was trying to like do your accent. I just I can't.
Take two. Do you mirror with me?
Do you mirror with me? That's not it.
Do you mirror with me?
Oh no. You know, a little bit. I do feel like, because you have a very calming presence, and I do feel like, you know, when we're eating lunch or whatever, you know, when it's casual, not at his like parties or anything. But I feel like because you are like you have like a calming presence, that like when we do hang out, I do feel like relaxed, and like I'm not like freaking out.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's good to know. That's good to know you don't freak out when we hang out.
Well, I'm not like, you know, like, oh my God, like freaking, like, you know?
That's funny, because whenever we hang out, you gotta bring out my energetic side. Like,
I make you freak out.
No, not freak out. Just more like energetic, and you just make me laugh so much.
Well then, yeah, like I feel like that's nice when, like, you know, two people who have like a good connection, they can kind of like feed off of each other. It's a good balance. Yeah, for sure.
Someone should write a show about us, please.
I'm waiting.
Please. No, we got to do it ourselves. Let's get into your rapid fire questions. So, Jackie, our first question for you. One thing you would tell to your younger self?
You're awesome.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Period. A film that inspired you recently.
Recently?
Don't say materialist.
Yeah.
Wait, but I really do like material.
Oh shit!
Can I say that?
Okay. Yes.
It.
Of course you can.
Yes, that was the last movie I watched anyway. So yeah.
Wait, why did that inspire you?
I just love. I really like the way like Celine's song like tells her stories, and like I do have, you know, I do have some critiques of it. I'm not like I love it. Yeah, I love it. I really do. There are people who don't like it, but I love it. But I do have critiques. But I still just really like the way she tells stories, and like the types of stories she tells, like love stories, but they're like different.
Yeah. She's very talented.
Yeah, and it was just beautiful to watch. It's like really, really beautiful.
Yeah, I gotta see it.
Yeah.
Your favorite Vietnamese or Texan dish? Or it could be both.
I really like gan chua. It's like sweet and sour soup.
Tamarind,
soup.
yeah.
With like pineapple and like fish. My mom's eating it today, and I was like, you chose the day that I'm not there to eat one of my favorite dishes. What the F? It's kind of like sinigang.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, when you said tamarind, I was like, it sounds like sinigang. But then you lost me at pineapple.
Yeah, so I think sinigang is a little more sour, and the gan chua is a little more sweet because of the pineapple.
Oh, okay, nice. The last photo you took on your phone. You don't have to show. But, I mean, do.
That I took. Is this photo of my dog?
Oh my God.
Because she looks so
Millie?
awkward. She looks
Yeah, I was
so
like, she looks so
awkward.
silly.
She's like
Millie.
awkward.
And then last one, what is your dream role to play?
My dream role to play is a scientist in space.
You've done that.
Like Sandra
Oh
Bullock.
yeah, I have. I forgot I have. Dream role is I guess not a dream role, but the situation would be it's like a family drama. It's a dramedy. I have loving family members in it, and I have like a sexy love interest. Yeah.
Ooh, and a gay best friend who's me.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. Thank you, Jackie. Let's get into You Do or You Don't, a segment where we I was gonna say explore something queer Asian. No, You Do You Don't, a segment where we talk about something debatable or questionable in life. So our very, very special guest for our finale of season 1 of You Do, Jackie Tien, what is your You Do or You Don't?
Okay. Do you sit your ass on public toilet seats?
Oh no.
Define public.
Define public.
Like I'm like the mall
Like-
or like gas station. I'm thinking public. I'm not categorizing. I'm just saying like any public
Oh,
restaurant.
man.
Yes.
The mall.
I
Yes.
do.
It's a You
Yeah.
Do. It's a You Do.
Unless
for me.
it's a portaloo. Do you?
I don't.
Is it a You Do or You Don't?
Wait,
I don't.
I put like the toilet paper on like the
The
quadrant.
lining?
The
I-
lining, like the
I do that sometimes, depending on like one or two.
yeah, like
But
how
honestly,
severe the situation is.
I'm such a good squatter. I don't make no mess. It's clean as F.
Are
know
you the
what?
ones? Are you the ones that like puts your feet on it?
No, I don't do that because I have a fear of my foot like falling in.
Oh,
So
slipping.
I'm, like,
Oh, yeah.
like standing squatting.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
like
I'm engaging
my
my core
legs-
when I do that.
yeah.
I'm like, ugh.
legs, core, everything's so like strong. I'm like, I'm not getting anything wet. Yeah.
That's our second like toilet
Yeah.
related You
I
Do or You Don't this
know.
season.
I know, but like
Wasn't
I
that our
hadn't-
first?
No,
the
we were talking about
bidet.
do you pee? Oh my god, it's our third
It is,
one.
that's it. Yeah.
We're talking about do you pee sitting down?
Yeah.
Do you do or you don't a bidet?
And then the toilet, yeah, with the
Wow.
Japanese toilet. Oh my god.
Well, I had like different options of my questions.
Yeah.
But they were all like poop
It's
related.
That's
Oh
so
my
funny.
god.
The most questionable things are in the bathroom, I guess.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Because like you
Oh my
don't
God.
see what people are doing, so that's why it's like, so what do you do first in
Oh yeah.
What do you do?
the stall?
you do.
Oh my god.
That was
Okay.
so fun. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Jackie, for joining
Thank
us.
you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And that, I guess, oh my god, that concludes our episode and our I guess our season.
Our season 1.
Our season. We just would like to say thank you to everyone who has listened so far to our, and also keep listening to our previous episode.
Yeah, there'll
And
be
also
14 of them.
There'll be 14 of them. And also please subscribe to all our channels and all our social media platforms. It's for Instagram. It's YOUDOOPOD.
Yes.
Good plug. Oh my god.
I know. I mean, we might have surprise episodes
Yeah.
here and there. You know, if Vince comes to visit or like, I come to
No.
visit.
Oh my
God,
gosh. I want to film it. I'll film it.
Yes. We might
If
have some
Vince
surprise
comes here,
ones.
I'll
but-
film it.
I know
Yes.
I'm locked in Vancouver at the moment, so hopefully in the
Just
future.
Just for a few more months.
Few more months. Okay.
Well, thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you on the next season. Oh, bye.